Go.
All right.
And
All right, we live.
over east.
Random Friday. Ticket Game Podcast.
It's always business, never personal.
Play. Ready to die.
So, first video we got queued up. Well, Jay sent me this, man. He said we got to talk about this. Let me know if y'all can hear this when this song go off. This theme song go off. Can y'all hear this? Oh, it's on the other screen. That's why.
She was fired, but it wasn't about anything she did in the classroom. She says a parent complained about her rap career, which was off the clock. By now, Drippin' Honey's music video, Drippin' 101, has been seen by tens of thousands across numerous social media platforms, and it combines two of her passions.
All right, Shan, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Here we go.
Uh-oh, let me go back to it. I'm tripping. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, the video. Yeah, we heard the video. Really
Okay,
good.
okay, let me go back to it real quick. I'm tripping. I'm not sure even why I did that. All right, here we go. Pressing too many buttons.
She was fired, but it wasn't about anything she did in the classroom. She says a parent complained about her rap career, which was off the clock. By now, Drippin' Honey's music video, Drippin' 101, has been seen by tens of thousands across numerous social media platforms, and it combines two of her passions, rapping and some of the students she's taught. That's right, a U.S. history teacher who's moonlighting as a rapper. But last month, she was forced out of her teaching job, and it started with a parent's complaint.
That's when the first meeting was with my dean and the principal, and they were just telling me like, hey, a parent said that they seen your social media and that you're a black influence because you're a rapper.
Drippin' Honey's real name is Dominique Brown. She says that the parent continued to complain even though the educator was named Teacher of the Month. Despite asking for a complaint in writing, Dominique says she never received it. And Dominique believes that she was discriminated against.
I was like, hey, well, can we tell the parent to come in and see professionalism, see me in the classroom, see me after school, see me at all the games, see me dropping kids off every day, buying food, doing all these things. Can they come see me in my element before they try to say I'm unprofessional in it?
Was there at any point anything that was brought up that said your rap career may have, the lyrics that you used may have been a bad influence on some of this? Dominique Brown earned Teacher of the Month honors, and then 2 months later she was fired, but it wasn't about anything she did in the classroom. She says a parent complained about her rap career, which was off the clock.
So what y'all think, man?
See, this is what Martin Luther King was talking about. You know, you should be judged by the contents of your character, like what she's doing. Her job, she's a good teacher, Teacher of the Month, volunteering, really reaching the kids where they are, going above and beyond. But they saw the outside of her rep career, like Drippin' Honey. They don't like the aesthetic. They don't like how that looks. And they had something to say. They don't care what she was doing, the positive impact that she had. They just didn't like the look. And they railroaded her. They didn't give her due process, nothing in writing. And they discriminated her against her. And they thought that was cool because she's a rapper or she looked a certain way in her personal life. In her personal life, even though she was the Teacher of the Month, you know what I mean, the best professional she could be, they still did that to her. So what she actually did didn't matter. What she was perceived as held more weight than the actions she was actually doing. And that's sad. And I hope she wins her suit against them because she was discriminated against.
Okay. So you got anything to say, Pill?
Well,
you got anything to say?
Look, I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? You
agree?
Hey, man, you reach some kids in a certain way. Hey, man, damn, what? Get up out them 1950s, 60s laws, man.
Like a doctor can't listen to trap music, you know.
Okay. So that's why this is called corporate or corp tech media. So when you go into the corporate world, you have to sign these things, paperwork, right? Contracts and stuff, right? one thing, just like going into the NBA, right? Just like going into anything, you got to know what you're signing up for, right or wrong, right?
Yeah. But still.
So when you're a teacher, you're signing up to something. I think they have this. It's like a brand. It's like a brand or more. Like what you do outside can affect your job. Just like we talked about yesterday with the dude who shot at the feds, right? That affected his job, right? Even though it's on his personal time, that was off the clock, right?
Yeah, but that's still stupid.
I'm not saying it's still. I'm just saying that's what you sign up for, though. Once you go into that field, you know what I'm saying?
But
like it's other things. I'm not saying there's other things she could have done too, right? Like sometimes the warning comes before the storm, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, she could have did. It's a lot of other things she could have done too. I mean, she could have pivoted into something else. But what I'm saying is there is a little clause like if you anything PR related, that can affect your job. Whether it's anything in the corporate world, we know that, right?
Yeah.
It's just like on here, if we talk recklessly, they could get back to our job. It could happen, right? It could go down, right?
Yeah. But
so, what? Go ahead.
I forgot what it's called, but
so would it be discrimination if it's in the contract that if you do something that's against the brand of being a teacher? You're not
wearing. They're not wearing the logo.
You said what?
They're not wearing a logo.
You're still a part of that school though.
And
it affects their brand.
And she's not doing anything negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's not doing anything
rude. When you sign that contract, you don't get the control.
And they didn't show her in writing the complaint they had. They didn't show her in writing that morality clause or anything like that. You know, we talk about the on this podcast, we talk about a lot about protecting the shield or the brand, the NBA brand or the NFL shield and things like that. But she's just a teacher, you know what I mean? And
so the school district's not a brand? The school district's not a brand?
But
I mean, everything is a brand, you know what I mean? Any company you work for is that, but they don't have that sort of clause in effect. I'm sure she wouldn't have did it, but you know, you can't censor somebody's art or what they do, but they have unwritten expectations and consequences on doing things. Mike talks about this a lot. Just because it's not right, don't mean it's not a consequence that we have to anticipate or watch out for.
Yeah. And stuff like that, it's gonna happen. But if she ain't rapping about, you know, giving fellatio or bouncing it up and down in the club.
She was bouncing. She sounded like she was kind of going there.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean,
name is Dripping Honey. Dripping Honey don't equal education. Dripping Honey don't equal education. It ain't Schoolhouse Rock.
And you're assuming that's what you're not even hearing her lyrics because you're looking her.
You can hear some of the lyrics on there. You can hear them.
Hold on.
Sexy Red gets up.
It ain't Schoolhouse Rock. It definitely was Schoolhouse Rock.
Hey, which one?
It wasn't the conjunction function. It wasn't the conjunction junction. It wasn't there.
First of all, it had to been a freaky husband or freaky boyfriend that was watching it. I'm like, hey, what are you over there watching? Oh, that's such and such teacher. Oh no, I don't like that. No, that's hating. That's dry hating.
Man, all it takes is one. That's the crazy part. All it takes is one.
It's dry hating.
Like the Highlander, all it takes is there could only be one.
and I honestly think it was a name. It was a name. It was Dripping Honey. You know what Dripping Honey means?
Nah, she was going off toward the end. The one when she was in there with the piano. So she was. You could get some of the lids. She was going off a little bit.
And maybe
you just gotta take what come with it. I mean, y'all can say, man, when you're a teacher, man, you have to.
I mean, she was wearing shorts. I mean, they wasn't that revealing.
Yeah. Hopefully it boosts her career, cause hey.
Yeah, I hope it did too. Cause she ain't no teacher no more. I hope it did. She gotta go hard.
See, teaching was a secondary job.
No, it didn't sound like it. Sounded like that's why she sued him. It wasn't no secondary job. She like that was her primary job.
But you stopping it. You know what I'm saying? You stopping my constant money. to where I'm
when you
really
work
trying
for any company, anybody out there listening, if you work for any company,
yeah.
you are a part of their brand. And if you hurt their brand, they will let you go.
And that's
That's
why
just
we
how it
need
go. I'm
we
not
need to,
saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm telling you how the game is played. And
yeah,
then now that you know, you can play how you want to play. But
yeah.
just know that any move you make can cost you. You know what I'm saying? Just how the game
I mean,
is. You
right,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
right or wrong. I mean, the
Yeah.
consequences can be unjust, but there are consequences nonetheless. You know what I mean? She wins her suit. Like, okay, disrespecting the police ain't illegal, but if they shoot you or beat you, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't get them brain cells back. You know what I mean? You still can't.
Did you hear about
yourself.
those? You hear about those dudes in Alabama? They got sentenced to jail like the Goon Squad or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, them dudes, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But man, that kind of stuff happen. They starting to get caught, but that kind of stuff happens, man.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah,
what
you
about
do a
the
lot
people
of
that
things.
when they didn't get caught? Those beatings they
Yeah.
put on them people. You can't take that brain damage back. You can't delete that.
Nah.
You can't pay you for that. You know what I mean?
So I got a question. We're talking about that, right?
Regrow
I got a
teeth.
question. When we talking to kids, they be talking about that all the time. Like when you're out later at night, does that increase the chances of something crazy happening? Whether it's with the police, whether it's with the streets or anything. Like when they get at past 10, does the percentages start going up? That it could go down? Either way?
What age limit are you talking about?
Any age. 16-year-olds be hanging out late now. I mean, we
Now
used to go to Holler Industry. I know I did. I used to go to Holler Industry in high school. It could go down there.
As a parent with a kid that's 16, 17, it goes down regardless.
But it's a higher chance though, yeah. Like
Oh,
if you on
no.
Monroe, if you over there on Monroe at 11 o'clock at night versus being, on a River Market at 11 o'clock at night, the chances, the percentages are different. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, they're you know how when we was in school, we had the dark web.
Yeah.
Their dark, their dark web is within the dark web. So they already know what's going on, and everybody,
Like for me, this is for me. I think I got
Okay.
more tickets and pulled over more when I was with the Monte Carlo with the rims at like 11 o'clock at night, you know what I'm saying? Cruising Asher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the minute I stopped doing that, it seemed like I don't even hardly get pulled over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But-
it's where I understand what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? I don't subscribe to that. You know what I mean? It's late, something's going to happen because real criminals break in your house in the daytime.
Daylight,
while you're at
yeah.
work. I mean,
Right.
No, I'm talking about as far as
Everything
the random,
goes-
like
But you're talking about where you congregate. Well, yeah, you're gonna get shot if you're at certain club at 3 o'clock in the morning. Things happen. You know what I mean? But there's a bunch of violent people or congregating in one spot. You know what I mean? So the chances are going to increase.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like 50-50, but honestly, I think it goes down during the day.
50-50 is
I'm
dangerous.
going out,
50-50 situations.
I'm really
50-50
trying-
situations are
But
dangerous.
I'm trying to appeal on this. You know what I mean? But if you stay in the house,
no problem.
if you stay in the house, all day, you know what I mean, nothing will probably happen to you. You know what I mean? But
at the same time, there's like if you really look at it, like it'd be a few shootings happening at night, but everything goes down during the day while we at work or people supposed to be at school. It goes down.
exactly. So if you
And
don't
that's
have
what
a job
I'm saying.
and if you ain't in school,
Right.
these are the
The
productive
percentages
people.
increase.
No,
The
productive
percentages increase,
people-
right?
Exactly. Productive people
Yeah.
are at work. Productive people are at school. So all the riffraff are on the streets in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Those
ain't
are the
no way
people that's
nobody-
breaking in your house. People
But
don't really buy crack at 4 o'clock in the morning. They be walking around at 10 o'clock in the morning, doing that stuff. I ain't never really heard of somebody getting their house broke into at midnight.
Right.
I have.
Shit.
Shoot.
Every
They
time
come out at night too.
when I stayed in the SWAT, every time my house got broken into during the day, I was like, I know you lying.
Yeah.
I know
You know, and
you.
you're,
But I'm talking about like kids hanging out. I'm talking about from an angle though, kids hanging out though, like you going to hang out with your boys and stuff like that. That's the
No,
angle
no.
I'm talking
Whenever
about.
you're out of as a kid, whenever you're out of bounds, something happens. When you're
Yes.
supposed to be at school and you're hanging out with your buddies, skipping school, something's gonna happen. If you at that dance in that club, and you're underage, like the Hall of Industry, at the parking lot doing what you're not supposed to be doing, you didn't even get in the hall. And it's it's mainly those people who didn't get in, who didn't pay to get in. They're in the parking lot when you came. They're in the parking lot when you get out. You know what I mean? They know you ain't got a gun because you coming out the club or you coming out of that place, and those guys are up to no good. And that whenever you're out of bounds, that's when it happens. Whether it's in the day or in the night, where you're not supposed to be, the undesirable hour, where you're not even the person that's, like I said, you're not even the person that's going to the dance or going to the skating ring in the club. Most of that stuff happens in the parking lot where you're unprotected.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, for real. That's how it happened. I mean, Splash, I know I tore it down now, but a lot of stuff went down to Splash car wash, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
11 o'clock midnight. Yeah, it went down.
but nobody was at Splash at that time to wash their car. You know what I mean?
No.
We're just
That's what I'm
around
saying.
congregating, you know, like kind of up to
And
no
I
good.
knew that. I
Or
knew
whatever.
if I was with y'all, we was riding or something, and I put up in Splash, my antennas, I'm already knowing that it could go down. So I need to park my car the right way. Just Negro stuff, right? Park my car the right way. So
And
if it go
it
down,
ain't
I can
parked the
zoom
right
out.
way, if it ain't
Yeah.
parked the right way, we're gonna bail out. We come back
Yeah.
and get it away.
You come back and get it later. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But yeah,
man.
I think the question was asked was like now or back then. Now is different. It's different.
No, I'm pretty sure it's different now. I'm pretty sure.
Way
Yeah, I'm
different.
pretty
Like,
sure.
it
Yeah.
goes down.
You know, but some places don't change. Like, you know, you go down Martin Luther King, man, still the same problem like it was when we was younger, man.
Hey man,
You know
don't
what I'm saying? It ain't changed.
hey man, don't be talking about my hood, bro.
I'm just telling you, bro.
I
You go down there like 11 o'clock. It's like it's regular traffic at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, man?
What's open over there?
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing open.
Well, some open.
Oh man, say the Ringling Brothers, the circus. They say the circus is open.
Got 3 rings, 3 holes. I mean, yeah, 3
Oh,
rings.
you want to go to the trapeze or you want to go?
Oh man.
Oh man. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this video that we had. I seen on this. I'll see what y'all think about this. I thought this was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah.
How old are you, ladies?
30, 32.
At your age, do you feel like dating has become easier or harder for you?
It's honestly stupid.
What's the difference between now and then?
It's harder to meet people who have the same interests as you. Because as a woman, the older you get, the more serious you get. Yeah. But men don't match that energy.
Do you think it's because men are becoming more successful as they age and they have their pick of the little?
No.
I think they're becoming stupider, to be honest.
Or do you think that they're just going for younger women?
I don't think it has anything to do with age.
No, I think it's that men have discovered that they don't need to try as hard to want to win a woman's heart. And it's sad because there are a lot of women out there who will settle for that, and that's fine. We won't settle for that. So if you don't bring your A game, you're just really not getting it. And by getting it, I mean like even the chance to just like take us out on a date.
He's from Tennessee.
It was somewhere. They may be
Tennessee,
part of MAGA,
Alabama.
man. They may be part of MAGA, man.
It's
Messing
true.
with the MAGA dudes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Trump fan. So are these women delusional, man? It's like these just kind of women that want that Walt Disney life. It's like that's not realistic, man. You know what I'm saying?
but I think it's more so true because men are, we starting to. we starting to see that not we the prize, but it is less men. It's less men out here. So yes, the pick of the litter is pretty.
So here's the thing, man. I think when you don't have a lot of the men, I know for me, a lot of the older guys they died when I was younger. Like a lot of my uncles and stuff, like older, like grandma, brothers and stuff. You're not taught as a man how to look for a wife. See, these the kind of women that you know you probably wouldn't even want as your wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like these are the kind of women that I mean, you see them and it's like it is what it is. But you're not gonna be in a long term relationship with them. And then they get older. That's the thing about tell people about dating. Before you start dating, are you really to deal with the consequences? You know what I'm saying? Because you could be just like these two women talking about blaming the men, but the common denominator is you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know these women body count. I don't know how many dudes they been with, but they still single. It's like they still single, though. You know what I'm saying? So what adjustment do you make? Just because you want to be married, are you ready to, be married, though? That's a lot of people don't think about that. That could be both ways, too. So
I mean, how open are they to dating realistically? You know what I mean? A lot of women I've seen don't like to be approached in Walmart. They or don't like to be approached in the gym, or when they're out dancing with their girls, they don't want to be approached by men. And then the same, like where the men at? You know what I mean? They're not talking to me. I'm not going on dates, but you don't really want to be approached.
right.
Making yourself available and things like that, and being open and receptive, to men, I think is a good place to start. And then we can't pass judgment on these women. We watched a 30 or 45-second clip, and that could be their experience. You know what I mean? The last guy they dated, or they didn't really come with a good game plan, or
not Pat. Facts are facts. If facts are facts, though, I don't think facts are judgment. My thing is, if you've dated and it didn't work out, like, what is it that you could have done better? If you just say it was just all the dude's fault, to me, that's disingenuous.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
I think the reality set in. It was like, damn, you're older than what you really are, and you thought you was like 24, but you're really like 32 now. And damn, you don't have no kids, no fiance. That's when reality starts setting in. Especially, with people that's that age, like 30, you be like, damn, I ain't got no kids, I ain't and nothing. And some people, they accept it, like, I just ain't found the right one. No, you found 2 or 3 right ones.
Or as a man or woman, like we talked about, you make a choice, and it changes everything. How you changes your value, it changes everything. But you still acting like you're a number one pick, but you made a choice or did something, and it changed your whole draft stock. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could have been, like I say, focusing on your career. Their career first, what I mean. I understand dating was the question they were asked or responding to, but that's not necessarily the grand prize in a lot of people's lives, to get a wife or a husband and then have kids and build that. But if that's what you want, you gotta put effort to it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's important to you. A good man or a good woman is not just going to fall in your lap. It's not going to be a Disney story.
And that's why I always say people lie and say, no, getting married and having a family is not the main priority. That's a lie. Because everybody wants it. I don't care what people say. You want it. You just ran into the wrong people to make you had it your own assumption, like, nah.
I mean, the thing, a lot of times we live in this world too that people's preferences offend other people, which is the weirdest thing. Like, if you have a preference, you have a preference. Like, I told my wife, like, if you was into pets, some people that's like into pets and they ride around the car with the dog and everything, that probably would have been a deal breaker. Like, I don't got nothing against pets, but there's just nothing I just wanted to be involved with. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that kind of dude. To ride around with the dog, in the passenger seat, you know what I'm saying? dog fur everywhere. Cause who gonna maintenance that? You gonna clean up the car? You know how tough it is to get dog fur out.
It's like a kid. It's like having a kid that will never grow up to clean himself or brush his own teeth, and they'll stay at a toddler stage. But I mean, I'm not anti-pet. I don't want to have pet.
I'm not anti-pet either, but I'm talking about the lifestyle that don't blend with my lifestyle. That's my preference. But some people get offended by that. You know what I'm
oh my God, man! You got to feed it. You got to
was that the Newfoundland? The Newfoundland, what's it called? The Newfoundland dog, about the big as a lion.
Yeah.
Some people into that kind of stuff, but that wouldn't work for my lifestyle, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's deeper issues. You know what I'm saying? That's deeper issues. When like I'd rather have a dog or a cat than have a child.
I don't think it's an issue. It's just some people got kids, but they like animals. It's just I'm just not the biggest animal guy. Just the smell. Sometimes the smells, you know what I'm saying? Different animals got different scents. It's not a bad smell. It's just the scent of an animal.
An animal. I mean, you got an animal in the house. It's alive, and it's an animal. It's like, you can't have dirty people in the house. I don't let my biological clock or my primal instinct to procreate dictate my life and make that makes me a success or a failure. The amount of being fruitful and multiply. I mean, you know,
and that's what I don't understand either. It's like you don't have no kids, you don't have nothing, no husband, no wife.
It's a lot of women out there like that, bro. You be
and
surprised.
It's like, damn, that's all.
I mean, there's, you know, it's not. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot more men like that. And men really want women, so it's like a lot of incels. But some successful men, I was like, I just leave me and my money and my vacations and temporary women. I don't need a permanent one. I can do temporary. You know what I mean? So,
and that's what you got to think about, P. Like this is like it be women out there that's single with no kids, and they be it's the appearance. It's the appearance that they've been single, but some women have been single and they haven't did anything, and then there's some women that's single, they out there living it up, but they appear that they single, like they haven't talked to nobody at the same time. So,
like that's are they truly happy? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's some women that are successful, and they get to that level of success, just like most dudes do, and they feel like if they marry a person that's not on that level with them, they could sabotage their success. You see what I'm saying? They don't think the same way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just speaking for the common folks like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm saying it's a lot of common folks that think like you be surprised. I'm trying to tell you.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's some underlying.
Just like the teacher, right? The teacher. What if that teacher was making like 60, 70,000 being a teacher? If you was married, I'm just saying hypothetically, you married to her. A dude A is married to her, and they building wealth together, and then she get the warning about making a rap, and then the husband's like, dude, let's chill on that for a minute. Or let's think about something else, so you can still work your job and still do that at the same time. And she say, nah, I just want to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he can look at that as she's sabotaging her success because she want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that comes with being the head of the household too. Because you gonna support her, and you hope that she gonna support you too. But that's what.
But there also has to be a level of honesty, like leadership.
Yeah.
Like, do people really understand what leadership is, or do they have their own version of what leadership is?
Everybody has their own version. And I believe that everybody has.
And that's what's tough about life, because everybody has different versions or answers of things. There's no one answer for things when you see people. Yeah. And that's what's tough, man. You know what I'm saying?
And it is always go. Sometimes you're gonna have to have them tough conversations. Like,
oh, you got to, for sure.
You don't have to.
You go to, yeah. You're going to, yeah.
Like that's what I say. When I was younger, older too, like when I talk to people, I talk to people so I can understand them, not to pass judgment. I want to understand you, so I know what ticks you off, what doesn't, what uplifts you, what brings you down. And long as we stay on that common ground to where it's always uplifting, and I'm gonna hold you I'm gonna hold you.
But see, here's the thing. This is the thing that's tough about life, right? What you
Mhm.
just said. I'm talking to you to understand you, and
Mhm.
then when you understand somebody and you know they BSing
Mhm.
or they fumbling around, but if you
Yeah.
tell them that, they get offended. You see what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
And
Like, and they never grow. That's the thing. Seeing somebody have the potential, but
yeah.
they never grow. That's kind of one of the toughest things in life. You
And
can't make a person want to grow. You see what I'm saying?
you really can't at all.
Yeah, that's the
But
toughest part about life.
and sometimes you have to throw it out there to for their understanding. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
hey, man,
And that's what I'm saying. Some people
hey.
think if you tell them something like that, like if you tighten up on your time management, it'll change the game.
Yeah.
Oh, now you passing judgment. No, I'm telling you that from my experience, if you tighten up on your time management, you know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
the hard part about life because if you give somebody advice, if it's not what they like, now you passing
Yeah.
judgment. You see what I'm
But
saying? They want you to
it,
pacify them.
no, it's not what you said, it's how you say it, and it's
Man,
always
you can say it with
listen,
icing cherry on
listen.
top. Go ahead.
But that's the same way. You can't tell your kids you can cuss them if we can talk, you can cuss me out. I can cuss you out, but you ain't gonna cuss them kids out. It's the same way. Some people mentality or level of understanding never grew past 6 or 7, 8 years old, and they just been pacifying theirs.
Eh, go ahead. I tell you. I tell you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but if a person tell me, "Hey man, your time management skill is bad," you ain't got to tell me. I know it. But hey, when you throw that fishing, when you fishing and you throw that throw that reel out there, you will know. I know it don't make sense. Like, what the hell is he talking about?
No, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. With, like, if somebody asks you, like, this was happening to me. Like somebody asks you, how did you get to where you are now? And
hmm
I tell them these things. You got to have time management.
hmm
You got to take care of your business, even when you don't feel like it. You have to fight fat. You got to fight past the I don't feel like it. You
hmm
got to fight past that more than the days when you just give in to I don't feel like it. You got to
hmm
fight past that, especially as a man. I don't know about a woman. I can't tell you about a woman.
Yeah.
Another woman would have to tell you about that. But I'm saying as a man, you
hmm
got to take care of your business even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you got to do it right then. There is no I can wait till tomorrow. No, this got to be handled right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to build stability, you have to stay on top of your business, man. I mean, like if you know the
Yeah.
bills due every month,
Yeah.
just like we know bills due every month, but if somebody tell you, man, I'm struggling with my bills, it's like, okay, the first month, okay, I get it. You're on your feet now. And then they come back and tell you that again. What are you doing with your money? You
What
see
are
what I'm
you
saying?
and
But they'll get offended by it. They think you passing
that,
judgment. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
that
And that's the crazy
that
part about life.
that's a little. That's what I'm saying. That's a little different. That's a little different.
That's a common thing, bro. It's like we talking about if you with dating. If you tell somebody with dating, like what pool of men are you looking at?
hmm
If all the men you talk to is trash, what pool of men are you looking at?
No, not the pool. Not the pool. It's what you keep attracting.
Exactly. But
It's
then you
what
know
you.
what they tell you? You
It
passing
ain't me.
judgment.
It ain't
You're
me.
passing judgment.
It ain't me. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, it might not be you, and I agree. It might not be you, cause everybody had to put on they put on their facade. Like, okay, I'm the good guy. I'm the good girl. But
If you've been
I'll
living long enough, you know
you gonna know
everybody has flaws. Everybody has good and bad. It's just how it is. Some people are good at not showing you that for a while,
it.
but give it time, it'll
Mhm.
come out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And
But
that's one of my biggest things. I say, hey, you won't know a person till you stay with them at least 4 or 5 years. At
yeah.
least.
And it's
Not
you still
dating.
need more time than that. You still need more
Yeah.
time than that. You know what I'm saying?
Not dating. I'm
You just
saying
scratched the surface.
staying with them. Hey
Yeah,
man, we
you
stay in
just
the
scratched
house.
the surface.
Shit, hey, you stay in the house together 4 or 5 years, and you don't see. I really say 2, but 5, and ain't nothing changed.
Here's the thing, too, bro. Here's the thing about marriage,
Yeah.
bro. I was telling my wife this today. Because our anniversary coming up Sunday. I think it was 12 years, I think. But
Yeah. Congratulations.
shout out to Ashley. Love you, babe.
Big Ashley. He been texting you for a long time, and I still say that.
When you're committed, it's about the mindset, right? If you're committed, you'll figure it out. You'll figure out how to resolve it and work it out and keep moving. But if you go into something half-hearted or half-minded, you're not committed. If anything come up, you're looking for a way out. You know what I'm saying? But if two people are committed to come together, they will work it out and keep going because they're committed. That's the mindset you got to have. It's a commitment. It's not like a cell phone contract. Marriage is not like a cell phone contract.
Right.
Was for 2 years and a 3-year option, whether you want to sign a contract for the 3rd year or not. It's a lifetime commitment. That's what it's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
But before you make the commitment, you got to ask yourself, do I want to commit to this person? From everything that I saw to this point, do I want to commit to this person? Can I spend the rest of my life with this person that I'm committing to from what I saw to this point? Some people, it's like they glaze over that, and then they tell you all this stuff in a divorce. It's like, so he just now showed you this? You know what I'm saying? Or she just now showed you this? Some stuff you can't hide. The core of you can't hide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't hide the fact that I'm a human guy. I can't hide the fact that I like joking. I can't hide it. That's kind of who I've been like that pretty much. Probably since you know me, right? I can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? That stuff I can't hide. You know. But some people will go along with it until it's not convenient no more. Then they try to call out all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Now,
and that's the.
I think it's also, you can't still try to do single stuff while you in a relationship. And,
for sure.
And
That's wisdom.
It happens though. It happens, but it shouldn't happen. And that's one of the things
I always. Go ahead. I always tell my kids that, man, I'm going to work on giving y'all the best version of me. You know what I'm saying? Period. I mean, and I tell my wife, sometimes I got to sacrifice some stuff about me just in order for us to work. Everything about me, like I can't do the same stuff I did in 2012 and 2024.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff I had to leave in 2012. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of how the game goes. If you want to be better, some people don't want to grow. Some people just like, I'm just gonna stay the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same OG. You know what I'm saying? But you got to grow, man. At some point. You know what I'm saying?
And that's me. I'm still the same OG, but I've grown so much to the point that my growth, it don't seem like it's big to everybody else, but it's big to me.
That's the thing. It is for you. It's not for everybody else. Like for me, I don't need validation, man. Like God, that's who I really hone my relationship with. That helped me grow, and when I'm growing, I can see the growth in myself. I mean, it's good when somebody give you affirmation, but at the same time, it's some stuff that you grow in that people don't even see. That's what we talked about. You don't know nobody. You only been around for 5 years, but you've been around yourself as long as you've been living. You know the things that you're really struggling with that you don't want to talk to people about. It's just a personal thing that you're working on. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, you got to understand about dealing with another person. They also have personal struggles that they don't want to talk to you about. But you got to give them grace to be able to work through their issues as well while y'all growing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about those things.
And be able to talk to people regardless, when I say talk to people and you talk to them where you know it ain't going to leave, that what we talk about, it never leaves.
Right, for sure.
Never leaves. But it's the times have changed and everything is changing. And we got to adapt with the times and realize like, hey, no, it's happiness right around the corner for everybody. But you gotta be ready to accept it also.
That's true.
Kids and all. Say, hey.
Yeah. For sure.
Come on with the next day.
Huh?
Hey, come on, hey.
What's the next talk?
Yeah, what's the next talk? Oh
How do
no,
you get out of survival? Get out of survival mode. We talking about that.
man.
Talking about that offline. Getting out of
Yeah,
survival mode.
offline. Man, it's tough to get out of survival mode. I think it's more tougher for women.
It's tough for everybody, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
but I think it's more
Allow
tough.
nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner.
Go ahead. I'll just see if I won't be so
Yeah.
stale. Go ahead.
I always think it's tougher for women because they always gonna be the ones that's you gonna have to men have to figure it out, but women gonna be like they have a baby and they be like, oh, I'll come see the baby when I want to, but they have to figure it out.
That's why they think you passing judgment, but that's why I tell any young woman that even listens to this is you have before you get engaged with a man, you need to determine, is this man gonna be committed to you? Before you get engaged with him. Sometimes we be thinking backwards. We go backwards in our choices. But that one choice, and they say it wasn't a choice. I love him. I fell in love with him. No. If you think like that, that means you're thinking too fast. You're not thinking about the choices you make. Because there was one point that you didn't even know the dude. So you go from not knowing him to being in love with him and having a kid. No, you gotta slow down and think about the choice pattern that you make. You know what I'm saying? And because like I say, when you have kids like that and you single, you having kids and you're not married, it becomes tougher on you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dude can leave. He can go talk to other girls. You left with the kids. But guess what? Guess what else happened? Your health changed. Your body changes. I'm not saying that to pass judgment. I'm just telling you the facts. Your body changes. Things happen. You're not the same person you were when you have a kid. You just not. And then you expect the dude to not assess what's going on when he see that, you single with 3 kids or 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot to take on for a dude, you know what I'm saying? Even if a dude's making $100,000, that's still a lot to take on, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's buying clothes and feeding and, feed the household and stuff like that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't factor that in.
And it takes a real strong man to even accept that. Like, hey, I love you, and I'm gonna accept the kid. I don't care what's going on. And some will get in their own way.
Yeah, I don't think it's more or less the dude accepting the kid. It's the woman's attitude. You know what I'm saying? She acting like she's still single. She's coming at you with the arrogance or something like that. I think that could be the disconnect. You see what I'm saying?
When is it time to put away your strong independence?
Yeah. And they say you passing judgment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some would say no. It would never be put down. It would never be put down. Trust me. It will never be put down. But take the ease away from them having to do it all the time. It's gonna make that transition more easier.
I'll say this.
I promise it will.
I'll say this. Just by observation of living, not all women. I'm not gonna say a blanket statement, women, but I'm saying there are a group of women that want a husband but don't want a leader and they don't want the structure of being under leadership. They want to be married but still do what they want to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't be what's it called? You can't be a leader and a dictator at the same time. What's the phrase there? I think that's what it's called.
You can't be a what?
It's some and dictator. You can't be that at the same time.
But that's the thing, like, what is leadership? That's what I'm saying. We was talking about earlier. Somebody don't have the same. Everybody got different answers on what leadership is, but you know, when you're if you don't want this dude to lead you, you shouldn't marry him. Period. If you don't like his leadership style, don't marry him.
Yeah. Or even have sex.
Yeah, for real. You shouldn't. Yeah, I think from my experience, because I did both sides of the fence. I had sex before I got married. I would tell a kid to wait until you get married. Because once you open the bread seal up, you can't reseal bread once you open it up.
I would tell.
Huh?
I wouldn't tell, because you got, sometimes, the chemistry, you got to be the same on, you got to be hitting on all four corners.
If that was the case, we'd be in a better situation, but we not. Because dudes that do that, the dudes that do that, they end up doing it. It's like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, that's what I say. You got to know a person first.
That's the thing. You just said it take 3 or 4 years to know a person.
No, it take 3 or 4 when you stay with them. But you really have to know a person. Be like, hey.
What I'm saying is before, what I'm telling a woman is, we just talked about the risk of having kids before you get married. We just talked about all of that.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is to mitigate all the risk, you need to make sure that this dude is going to be committed to you. Because if he's not married to you, he's not committed to you. If he's not telling you and showing you that he's committed to you, he's not committed to you.
But and it starts, with how you talk. It starts with how you talk, because we can say
actions. Actions speak louder than words to me.
Yeah, and I agree too.
Because you're talking to a dream seller, number one. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. Because you're talking to a dream seller who said a lot of words, bro.
And you can sell dreams, but a person that I already know, a dream catcher, that's a lie. That's a lie. And then
just in case we won't be in the situation that we in, because there's very few of them. Then I'd say that it's very few.
It's very few, but it's far in between.
Yeah.
Like, I don't got a bunch of kids. I ain't slept with a bunch of women either. At all. Contrary to popular belief, I haven't. But I know a lot of people
on both sides of the fence. Yeah, my thing is, if you not only is it biblical not to do it, but it from a logical standpoint, when kids, I'm not saying all dudes, most dudes, when you have sex before marriage, your whole mindset change. Now it's kind of like giving a kid a cookie the first time. You see their whole mindset change.
You
see their whole mindset change. Yeah,
it's over.
But if the kid never have a cookie, they never react to something they never had. You see what I'm saying?
Like, oh man.
But when you wait till marriage, you mitigate risk. You mitigate. Having to deal with HIV. You mitigate having kids before marriage. You mitigate child support. You mitigate all that kind of stuff. But hey, if you want to go play the dating game, you mess around, that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that. That's why I tell the kids, you want to play the game, be hard-headed, go ahead and play. I'm just telling you from a person that was hard-headed. And I know other people that was hard-headed. It's different ways that you gonna get caught by that guillotine. You just keep playing long enough. It's gonna cut you.
It truly do. It truly do. It truly.
Nobody gets unscathed in the dating game. You're not gonna come out the same that you went in. I promise you that.
Yeah,
it just ain't gonna happen.
And like I say, I grew up different. Like
I said, our lifestyles are different. Like I say, when I was in my 20s, I had the house and car and everything. It's just women look at you different, bro. I mean, we was talking about that yesterday on the podcast. Women come at you different. They know you got your own place. They know you got your own car. You got a job. You you have a level of stability. They look at you different, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he doing that.
Yeah, they look at you different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But yeah, getting out of survival mode though. That's why I would tell kids, like, if you live in a place where your parents are low income, y'all don't really have the resources, your best way to get out of survival mode is education and trying to expose yourself to things that could get you to places that you normally couldn't get to when you start educating yourself. Like, let's say you in the hood, you're in the city or whatever, and you were in high school, and like I said, you're gonna go to college, pick out a field that makes sense, that provides good pay, or go to an apprenticeship. Cause I was telling some dudes I know, you can go to work at an apprenticeship and you're working towards being a journeyman versus go work at like a retail place and you're just working at the retail place. You're not gonna do nothing else. Unless you're trying to be a manager or something like that. You may be getting the management program. That's the only reason that I would tell a kid, if you want to work at Walmart past 5 years, that means you must be trying to get in the management program. If not, you need to have a plan on what's next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Living year to year. That survival skill, living year to year, you got to get past that. You got to start making plans like for the future and stuff like that. Like, I need to be doing this by this time.
Like I say, everybody's not gonna be on the same path. So with everybody not being on the same path, I'm gonna show you what you should do.
Right.
You can go. You can go get that trade too. Also.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what apprenticeship is, a trade. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And like I say, you
and also, like what my son told me, he was like, after high school, I'm gonna take a year off because
that's the thing, right?
No, listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
When he say I'm gonna take a year off, because this is what I built them for this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it won't even have to be a full year. It won't even have to be a full year, but at least take 3, 4, 5 months off. And you figure out like, man, this is what I want to do. But because he telling me already, like Pops, this is what I want to do. Like, and I'm listening. I'm like, okay, it's pretty straight. It's pretty straight plan.
So do we have it written down?
It's already, he a Virgo, so yeah, it's already there.
No. What I'm saying is, I had to do this too. I just have them write it down, like have it on the wall, because it's easy. I'm just saying, from a person that think about this all the time, it's easy to just think about stuff, and then next thing you know, something happened and you done forgot, just like that. What I'm saying is, I tell kids, because it's like it happens sometimes at schools and stuff. They tell teachers they want to take a break for a year. My thing is, you're so young, you got so much energy.
He telling me.
Why? Go ahead.
He telling me this at 14.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
but I already know.
I just hope my kids get to that point where they could. If I tell them, like, if you get this done by the time you 23, 24, schooling done, at that point, all you got to do is go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I gave him the option that I gave him. It's like, yeah, you gonna do whatever you want to do, but it also, like, yeah, I'm listening to him, and it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. That's why he listened to us also.
Yeah.
And it's just not, that was say, it's just not me.
This is what I say, right? I even tell my kids this. You can do these things, but just think about the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the risk involved. If you tell me you want to take a break, tell me the risk involved when you take a break. That's another thing. Tell me the plan. Tell me the things that could happen when you take a break, because you just never know. That's why I'm on the time that I'm on now, because I didn't have that kind of mindset when I was younger, but I should have had it. When you're younger, you got so much time. You got to take advantage of that time.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for taking a break is almost like you losing the advantage. That's what we talking about, getting out of survival mode. But I'm not saying your son. I'm saying it's people like that. I'm just saying it's people that saying. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, like, everybody's, when you graduate high school, you know this just as well as I do. I'm not trying to pick on your son. I'm just trying to paint a picture so he can see everybody starts to race, kind of like a track meet. Everybody start at the starting line. And when they say on the march, get ready, go, decisions that you make propels you on the track. When you take a break and you're not investing your time in something, I'm not saying he got to go to school, but he need to be investing his time in something. You're losing ground on the track. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not investing in anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know just as well as I do, it's hard to start back up if you take a break. You really got to be on top of your game to start back up and make up that ground that you're losing by taking a break. Because everybody else is still moving. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I'm Mike, I'm totally agreeing with you.
No, I'm saying it because you might go back and tell him this. You might see me, and I'm trying to say that's why I'm trying. If he was talking to me, I would tell him seriously think about don't take a break. If you want your own success and increase your chances of success, man, you need to turn it on. You know what I'm saying? Find out what your skill set is, and you need to go ahead and take care of business. Because I'm telling you, most kids don't understand taking care of business. Like going to a college. Do you know how to fill out for an application? Do you know how to go get with an advisor? Do you know how to sign up for classes? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes taking a break, I've done it. Taking a break, you'll get to doing that. You be like, you know what? I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Next thing you know, 2 years then went by. You know what I'm saying?
And one of them things also that I've shown, I've seen.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've seen, like, look, the kid future is bright. And when I say bright, like,
I believe you.
This ain't no, not just because it's mine. It's one of them things like, damn, boy, ain't no way. Hold on. Boy, you talking like you 56 years old now. But it also showed me, like, hey, you're on the right path.
What I'm saying is to keep it bright, because I think kids don't understand when you saying taking a break, what does that sound like? When you say take a break, what does it sound like? You know
listen, he's 14, 15 years old.
Right. He might not even be on that same time when he graduates, but I'm saying I would just.
And that's more than enough time. There's more. When I say more than enough time, I mean that he's listening to us.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of them kids like you ain't gotta holler it.
Oh, for sure, I get it.
It's one of them kids hey man, you talk that shit. I mean, oh shoot, excuse my language. You talking, he listening, and how he interpret it is his.
Yeah.
Like man, dude going to Paris next year for art.
Yeah, and I'm just saying like when you're not in a privileged situation, from year to year, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So when the time is there for you to take advantage of it and go to school or do an apprenticeship, that's just me. I'm just saying if a kid is listening, go back and see this.
DJ?
I'm just saying you don't know what's going to happen year to year. You could take a break and mess around and a financial hardship come, and that could set you back 5 years. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like,
he listening right now.
Hmm?
He listening right now. We still on live. I forgot.
Yeah, we still on live. Yeah. You want to get off? I can sign out. We can sign out if you want to.
We'll talk. We had to talk about this offline.
Yeah, okay. All right, guys. We finna sign out this thing, man. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, sign up, Random Friday. Let us know if you want us to do this again. And we finna sign out this thing.
Yeah, already.